Well, the legal and personal battles they have going on, like the investor one with Nelson Peltz, looks like recently Disney was hit with a federal civil rights complaint, which is pretty serious. It's all over what they've been doing with all of their properties, going after everything, trying to modernize everything. This company is in really bad shape. Their reputation is being buried further and further underground. I don't know if they can ever recover. But now they've been hit with a federal civil rights complaint over all of their DEI practices, which is illegal because it discriminates. They just use little language here and there in it to try to skate around it, and it looks like people have had enough. So this is alleged discrimination against white men, Christians, and Jews. And this could be significant. I don't know how high it can go, but now we're in a court of law with this stuff. And it is discrimination. You're discriminating against people for who they are and what they believe. And it's very anti-American. But it's disguised as a good thing, inclusive and diverse. The Walt Disney Company has been hit with a federal civil rights complaint alleging the company's DEI policies are unlawful and discriminate against white American men, Christians, and Jews. America First Legal filed the complaint against Disney on Wednesday. The group cited publicly available documents published on Disney's official sites, as well as leaked internal documents showing how executives have made diversity, equity, and inclusion a central part of Disney's hiring practices. And then they say, it is sad and tragic that a company whose name was once synonymous with wholesome and charming childhood fantasies is now dedicated to spreading diverse bigotry. We urge Disney to cease and desist its unlawful and destructive conduct at once, said Stephen Miller, president of the organization and former Trump administration official. At the heart of America First's legal argument is that Disney has implemented a de facto quota in its hiring, which violates employment law, which is true. Elon Musk shared a lot of this stuff over on Twitter. Pretty sure I've shown it in a video, but he showed these charts, and it has all of their hiring practices and what they want to achieve, and who will be brushed aside, not in direct wording, but when you look at what they had, it was pretty obvious what they were doing. Are you a man? Are you straight? Do you identify as a man? Are you a Christian? Something like that. You're not going to get in at Disney anymore. That's illegal. That's not... That is discrimination. That is racism. That is sexism. And they fail to understand this. It's like, okay, well, we can do it to these select few. Like, how is that? That shouldn't be legal. And I'm glad that these companies are finally getting pressed on this shit. All this division being sowed by these companies, that's all done intentionally to divide people. We need to get these people out. So these quotas are often disguised as diversity and inclusion policies, but in some cases, Disney has publicly listed actual percentages when it comes to hiring for its productions. Among the published quotas is the goal that 50% of Disney's TV series directors must come from underrepresented groups. Yeah, the people that are best suited for the job should get it. No matter who they are. That can be anybody. It's these policies are racist because you're saying that these people can't get jobs unless they get some kind of boost, and that's not true. But the best person will always get the job. But I like seeing this. I'm tired of all of this shit, and a lot of people are. And Disney is by far the worst. So seeing them get hit, especially right now is what makes it so great, because of all the hiring, or not the hiring stuff, but the voting stuff that they have coming up. That's what makes this so great. Here's that internal document, by the way, in case you did want to see it. I see the link here. This is what Elon Musk posted on Twitter. An anonymous source just sent this to me from Disney. It is mandatory institutionalized racism and sexism. And that's it right there. If you want to pause and read this, I highly encourage you to take a moment and look this over, because it's very, very terrifying. Take a look at that. Inclusion standards. This is illegal. It is unlawful to consider racial, ethnic, and sex-based characteristics in hiring, training, compensation, and promotion. America First Legal said in its complaint, decades of case law have held the policies that impose these racial balancing or quotas in employment, training, and recruitment, such as those presented on Disney's websites, are prohibited. Based on its own public admissions, it appears Disney is knowingly and intentionally violating federal civil rights law. So, interesting stuff. We'll see how far it goes, but this is just more bad news for Disney. And, more bad news for Disney is good news for everybody else. Company is awful, and I really hope Peltz and all of them get in. And, karma's coming for Disney, for sure. So, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.